Okay, happy Friday, everyone. We are now receiving daily calls about Tripwire and Intrusion and the fact that it's either not working at all or not working as suspected. Now, after investigation and inspection, then of course some of these lines being drawn are just simply not logical. If we take the famous back garden here, then of course we have seen examples which would be the equivalent to people drawing lines up there or up there. Now, we created the human detection based on the parameters of the human body: legs, upper body, arms, head. So, of course, obviously, if we can't see some of those elements, well, how is an electronic device, in fact, actually going to know that that is a human within the field of view? So, of course, ask yourself, what type of shape would you look like when you're clambering over a 6 foot high fence? I also see people put the line there, but you don't fall to the ground in a standing position. So, of course, what type of shape are you going to look whenever you, in fact, actually come rattling over that fence and you land on the floor? I imagine it's not going to be, arms swinging. So, of course, as of which, then, of course, that wouldn't make a lot of sense either. We've seen pictures, cameras, where everybody's got a line everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. And then, of course, they've in fact actually said, right, well, the performance seems to be lacking. Most of these cameras have 128 megabits of RAM in the actual camera's head. And everything that you can think of, lighting conditions, smart motion detection, FTP, network 192.168, everything is in that number. So, of course, if you, in fact, actually keep on making lines, then, of course, that 128 megabits of RAM, that's going to soon start being squeezed and the performance could lower. So, of course, you certainly do not want to have it so then that way it looks like a children's drawing at the end of the day, because then the actual camera could be at maximum capacity. So try to avoid that. In this case here, there's a high likelihood is you could have just probably actually done one intrusion detection area and, of course, a turn on appear and cross, meaning that if you go over the line, then, of course, the alarm will go off. If you appeared in the box, the alarm will go off. Okay. Now, another element is, did you know that the actual field of view, the field of view itself, is also a digital obstacle? So, of course, if I do tripwire, let's say, and I do the line there, then, of course, if I go from this side out of the field of view, there's a high probability that it will work just fine. If I come in from this side, the AI algorithm only, in fact, actually has this gap here to, in fact, actually assess, is that a human that has just entered and crossed the line? Well, that's some very short notice. So, of course, as of which, maybe that might not work. The edge of the field of view is also a obstacle. So, of course, let's just move these lines in. Like, what difference could it possibly make by that line being there and the line being there? You're going to walk over it one way or another, but from here to there, I've given the AI algorithm that much notice. This one, I've given it that much notice, which means this one is going to be more successful. Okay, guys, let me know if you need any more tips about Tripwire and Intrusion. Got lots of information to share. All the best.